Stay at Home Dad, Chapter 31. My eyes opened, and I was looking up at Julianne, Darlene, and Sharon Ann, like Cinderella and her two wicked stepsisters. Don't move, Julianne said. I pushed myself up to a sitting position. What happened? Darlene asked, clenching my head. I reached around behind my head. A lump the size of an egg protruded from my skull. A dull throbbing was working its way from the inside of my head. Will you be okay for the emergency meeting? Sharon Ann asked. Shut up, Sharon Ann, Julianne said, putting a hand on my back and steadying me. Sharon Ann held her hands up like her question was completely justified, and Julianne was snapping at her for no reason. I pulled my hand back from around my head and was relieved that my fingers was absent of blood. What happened? Julian stared intently at me, concern shaping her entire face. We were on the phone. I saw someone behind you. You didn't. Whoever it was, it hit you with something. I saw it come up as you turned around, but I couldn't see what it was. Then you went down. I kept running my fingers over the lump on the back of my head, the throbbing inside my skull growing stronger by the second. I thought I remembered the phone call, and then falling to the pavement, but it was hazy. Sirens screeched into the parking lot, and a loud murmur went up near the stairs. I looked over and realized that everyone that had come to see my fight with the worms was now staring at me on the sidewalk. Maybe I get the sympathy vote. Two people at the edge of the crowd caught my eye. They were whispering to one another, nodding. Shayna and Billy. Was she violating her own restraining order by being there? Was that even allowed? I tried to stand up, but waves of nausea crashed over me, and my knee buckled before I could get to my feet. Dizziness swam around me, as if someone had wrapped me up in a big blanket and then spun me out of it. Easy, Julianne said, moving her hand to my shoulder, gently keeping me in a sitting position. Paramedics are here. Just relax. Darlene put her hand on my other shoulder. I offered to give you CPR, she frowned at Julianne, her makeup giving her the look of a pissed off clown. But Julianne claimed you were breathing. Since you're awake now, Sharon Ann said, glancing around, maybe we can just hold the meeting out here. Shouldn't take long. Sharon Ann, Julianne said, standing up as the paramedics came to my side. There'll be no meeting tonight, and if you mention it again, you'll be the one running away in an ambulance. Ann's eyes narrowed, but she wisely took several steps away from us. The two male paramedics began peppering me with questions, and I did my best to answer. Yes, my head hurt like hell. No, I didn't know what I was stuck with. Yes, I knew my name. No, I didn't have a history of head injuries. Yes, I felt like I wanted to vomit. He probably smelled Sharon Ann, Julianne mother, still shooting lasers out of her eyes at the woman. We should take you in for observation. The one paramedic said, think you've got a concussion. I nodded slowly, my head feeling like a cement bowling ball. Normally I would have resisted a trip to the hospital, with every ounce of male ego I possessed. But my head hurt and I knew I wasn't right. Can you stand? He asked me. I took a deep breath, trying to get everything around me to settle. Think so. The paramedic helped me to my feet. The world tilted to the right, and I started to list in that direction. He kept a tight grip on my elbow and pulled me back toward him. The school and the crowd righted themselves as my equilibrium found itself. Shayna and Billy were walking away toward the other side of the lot. Had they come just in hopes of seeing me get ousted, or did one of them club me over the head? You all right? The paramedic asked. We can wheel you over. I already considered a hospital visit. I wasn't jumping on a gurney for a free ride. I'm okay. Just hang on to me. Julianne came up to my side. You want me to ride with you? No, I'll be fine. Just drive over and meet us there. She glanced back over her shoulder. All right, I'm going to set everyone straight before I go, though. We reached the back of the ambulance. I rubbed my temples, hoping to force some of the radiating pain out. How's that? She stared back at the crowd at the top of the stairs. As the paramedic looked up, opened up the doors on the back of the ambulance. Jules, I said. Her lips puckered like she'd bitten into a lemon. Gone wrong, as she tore her eyes from the crowd. Don't you worry about it. She stood on her tiptoes and kissed me on the cheek. I'll be there shortly. The paramedic helped me up the short set of stairs into the back of the ambulance, his hand steadying me as I wobbled my way up. I was bent at the waist, so as not to smack my head against the roof. I shuffled my feet around to say one last goodbye to Julianne, but she was already walking across the lot like her shoes were on fire, closing the distance between her and Sharon Ann McCutcheon.